Hello, and welcome to American Realty Podcast. We get to have an episode today with our special guest, Miss Carrie from River of Hope Ministries. And this is actually something that Kim had the opportunity to kind of set up. So I get to hear about it because this is something new to me.
Very exciting to be here. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Thank you for just taking the opportunity. So Kim, if you'll just get us started off with some questions about River of Hope.
Okay. I think the main thing I would love to start with is just to find out, what is the background? How did River of Hope start?
Okay. Well, back in 2007, a company of ministers in the Brazosport area found that there was a greater need to be able to meet the needs of the community. And when they found that there were so many people coming in for help due to whatever the crisis may have been, they found, what do we need to do as a community to come together? So at that time, they started the Ministerial Alliance, which Pastor Scott McKay started. And he decided, what do we need to do to get this going? So a group of pastors of about 6 pastors came together, and then it grew from there, knowing that we needed to be able to provide an extra assistance that was needed in the area.
I like that you said it was a group of pastors. It wasn't necessarily one church affiliated. It was a group of pastors. Is that what I'm understanding?
That is correct. It started out at Willow Church, and it just grew from there. And what we have done now is we have a group of member churches that have joined with us over the series of the last more than 15 years in order for us to be able to provide the need, and the need is continuing to grow.
And you also mentioned the word crisis. So could you possibly give us maybe an example of what a family may be experiencing where they could go?
Sure, absolutely. A crisis can be described as a problem that arises that needs to have immediate attention, and that could be someone who has lost a family member, someone who has lost their job, someone who is going through a battle of an illness or a extended illness in a hospital stay, and they aren't able to meet just the basic needs of rent and utilities. And so they reach out to us to see what we can do to help meet the need.
That's incredible. So being how I grew up, that's actually what the church was actually for. The church
Correct.
was actually put there to help not only minister spiritually, but also the Lord knows the needs that we have, just the basic needs that we have. And so being able to come to a church rather than something greater, and I'm not going to get political, but rather than going to something greater, they can count on a community.
And what's so amazing is that the churches see that there's a need, but being able to come to one place and being able to say, what do we need to do to meet the need? And then that's why, from our viewpoint with River of Hope, we've advocated and been able to partner with other agencies to be able to help meet that need. So if it goes beyond the needs of what we can be able to help, we're able to refer them to someone else.
And you said the name River of Hope. Can you give us kind of like a little background story of where that? I love that name, River of Hope.
We wanted to be able to know that in the area of a crisis, we feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it just feels like an overwhelming sensation, like the water. And when they decided on the name, they realized that there needs to be able to come with that an opportunity and a knowing, not just a feeling, but a knowing of help and hope. And so that's how the name got started many years ago.
I love that. I love that.
And so where are y'all set up now?
Right now, we are set up next to in Clue, Texas. And in Clue, Texas, which I find is very interesting because I've only been here for a couple of years.
Really?
Yes. And so I thought, what is a clute? But anyway, that's kind of off.
What is a clute?
Yeah, that's kind of off the topic here.
No, that's great.
Okay.
It put us on the map.
Okay. But the idea was we're located in Clue, Texas, which is a very small town, but we cover a very large area of the Brazosport area. So we're located next door to the Dream Center, to where we're able to provide assistance, and if we're not able, whatever assistance that the client may need that we don't fulfill, then we can send them over to them as well.
I love that. So it's not, you don't hear a no. You hear maybe not right now, or we can also try to find some help.
Correct. And if the client that comes in and they need extended help more than what we can provide at River of Hope, then I've got a list of referrals that I can be able to send to them to be able to meet the need within the county and beyond, if that's the case that needs to be as well.
So do you have a criteria for maybe other ministries or other agencies? Like, is there a criteria where they could be part of it, or how does that work?
Absolutely. You give me a call and I'll be glad to talk to you. I'll take all the time you want. I'll meet in person. I'll meet you by phone, whatever you may be. I'll even buy you coffee. But the key is, there you go. So what happens is we have churches that come in and they provide assistance to us on a monthly basis, but we also have opportunities of sponsorships from different companies within the area and beyond, not just in the Brazosport area, but we've had people reach out from beyond and be able to say, look, I see that you guys are having a need, and we want to be able to meet the need with you and come alongside you. So they would just reach out to us, and we'd be able to be glad to meet with them, let them know what that means and how they can help us, whether it's on a month-to-month basis or whether it's with a fundraiser.
So I have a question. I'm actually part of something called D Group, and we have part of what we do, obviously it is a discipleship group, but something that is part of D Group is going beyond yourself, which means reaching out to your community. Mm-hmm. So let's say, we're not an agency, we're not a $1 million Fortune 500. We're just a group of ladies that meet together on a weekly basis, but as part of our community, is there something that we could do, such as maybe pulling together and getting gift cards for people, or like buying a week of groceries? Like, is there something that, not necessarily big name people or big name groups in the community, that could do something?
Bible study groups.
Yes,
right.
That's a great question. And there is never a group too small or too large, and that's what we like about it. Okay, so the number one need that we need is prayer. We need prayer to be able to meet the need of the community, and we know that God can provide. Sometimes we have to put feet on those prayers, and that's where the small community comes in. And that with the Bible study, it could be a women's network group. It could be someone meeting in someone's home and saying, look, we want to make a difference. And first is prayer. That's our biggest thing. But also we need volunteers. We need volunteers that can come out and that can help us with the day-to-day administrative, as you know, administration. Everything comes along with paperwork, and we know there's people out there that love paperwork, and they can come in and help us. And then there are also times where someone that's just answering the phone, because the need to answer the phone is great right now as well, because especially as we enter into the summer months. And then from there, we also need someone who's willing to volunteer at our events, fundraising events and community events, because we are starting to meet with the churches that are wanting us to come out and share a little bit more about who we are and kind of give an update on what our vision is for the upcoming year.
So if I were to volunteer, what would I need to have, like background checks, things like that? Or, what is necessary?
Yes, absolutely. So once I find out what your talent is and what you love to do.
What your talent is?
Yeah, talent means, okay, the talent is, the talent is, do you like paperwork? Some people don't like paperwork. Yeah. Some people don't, some people are not a people person, but they're behind the scenes and they love to pray for people. So you can be a prayer partner. You can be a person that comes in and answers the phone. You can be someone who just has the ability to be able to enter our data, because we keep up our data and offer that to the community as well. And so there's just different areas that we can find. By doing that, they come in, they fill out an application. We do a background check, and of course, we always have a referral from their pastor, from their church as well.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That seems very doable.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to ask. Is there certain criteria that they need to bring in when they come in for help?
Or a certain age?
Oh, sure. Their age or gender doesn't matter. They can come in for help. And basically, when they come in, we need basic identification. They will need identification, whether it be a passport, whether it be a driver's license.
And we're talking volunteers.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, they can come in so that we have some type of volunteers, so that we have a background of who they are. Yes.
Right. Well, I was just thinking of high school kids, especially ones that are applying for colleges.
Service hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So part of something that you use for your application is like, what have you done for your community? What makes you stand out, different from other applicants? This could be an opportunity for you. So
yes.
18.
Call me.
ID.
the college students, yes, this is wonderful, especially during the summer. They need to be at least 18 years old. They have to have a background check, but also they need to understand that there is confidentiality with the information that we share with our clients, and that we always need someone that can help with setting up and tearing down our events, whether it's in the community and also within the church. So that's the biggest need that we could use, and we always could use those types of help.
What about bilingual people?
Absolutely, señorita. Sí, señorita. Or señora.
I know, conozco algunas personas. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, that's awesome.
Can't help you there.
That's awesome.
We'll talk after.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's good. Did you were about to say something? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just curious. You were talking about your fundraisers. Do you have some fundraisers going on right now?
We do. As a matter of fact, we do. We just finished one, and we're having one that's going on now. We're having a brisket sale and baked goods sales.
Did you just say brisket?
I said brisket. It's Texas, people. It's Texas. Okay, yes. And so we have a brisket sale here going on now. You buy a whole brisket for $125. That money right there goes to be able to help support someone who gets to stay in their home. And that person, and this is going to be going on through June, and the last day you can order will be the 13th of June, and you will be able to pick it up at a local church, at Grace Fellowship Church, on the 15th, which is the day before Father's Day. Yes. Don't forget your dad. He loves brisket. He is from Texas. Okay, if not, he'll soon find out he will.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this has been wonderful.
Awesome.
And thus far, it's been a very the fundraising has just been amazing. People have just been an outreach as far as not only the sponsorship, but the buying of the briskets. So it's been so we're looking to see how things will come. We don't have a final count in regards to how that has transpired thus far, but we're very excited.
I love that you said there were several different avenues where people were helping. So not only were people buying the briskets, being able to provide the brisket.
Yes, they were, and the time, because if you're from Texas, smoking a brisket can take quite a long time, for hours. So we have had many volunteers that have been with us in regards to just baking the goods and donating them, and the briskets. We're very thankful for all of the sponsors, and we'll be making sure that we give them accolades as time goes on, so that they can understand how important they are in order to be able to keep us going.
Really good opportunities
too. So it was baked goods and briskets.
That's correct.
If I remember correct, because I think I had cookies and a brisket coming.
Yeah, no, that's just I'm hearing is there's lots of opportunities for people.
Yes, definitely opportunities that they can meet, and if there's any other ideas that people would like to meet with me and say, hey, we have an idea that we'd like to help, and would this be beneficial for River of Hope? I'm more than willing to be able to listen and see.
I'm just thinking of something like, because I know when the school year starts, the school district always has like a walk, I guess. But people that sign up for it, if we could have a River of Hope walk, and facilitate some sort of, maybe when it's cooler.
Yes.
It's miserable
I think that's a great opportunity, because that's one of the things that we've outreach to, is not only to the churches and the businesses, but also the schools, to let them know if there's someone that they see, a child that comes and says, look, we're having some difficulty at home, and they can make contact with us, or we can actually reach out to them and say, look, this is the opportunity that we can do to be able to help them.
So do you have someone that's done that? Because I just came from the schools.
That would be me.
Okay.
And we're excited. I'd be more than glad to have the contact, be able to meet the people in the community, and the schools districts is what we're wanting to be able to exemplify as well, especially as we see the young people starting to transition from high school into college, and some are not willing or wanting to go to school. They're wanting to start working, and so they have an opportunity to know who we are, but also the understanding that we can be able to be assistance to them during the immediate, if that's necessary.
Yeah, no, that's really good information. Not only information, but that's just really good opportunity, and you can actually apply it. Not only are you hearing it, but it's like, where do I go to do this? Mm-hmm. And if you're unfamiliar with where Dream Center is, okay, I'm really bad at directions, but I just know that it's off of 288B.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, they have 288B. It's also called 792 Brazosport Boulevard is where we're located. That's River of Hope's office, and we are located right next door to the Dream Center. And that way, a lot of times when people come in for needing the necessities of food, and then they have an opportunity to stop by and say, hey, I've got some issues that I need to address with you. Can you reach out, and what do I need to do to get some help?
Yeah, so what do they need to bring?
Yeah, I was about to say.
So what do they need to bring if they need some help from the center?
Okay,
what do they need to come with?
Great question. A lot of times when people need assistance, they either make a phone call first, or they can apply online, so they have the opportunity to apply online, or they can come in and get the old-fashioned paper copy and be able to fill out an application.
Yeah.
Okay. Once they do that, it's basic information, your ID, the type of crisis you're experiencing. If they're receiving any kind of other benefits, then we need to be able to apply for that, be able to know that information. But also, we have the opportunity to be able to need to give them the information in regards to just beyond that. We need to be able to know how many children or how many people are in your home, what's the crisis, what type of crisis are you experiencing, how it's affected you. But the key here that we're wanting to really get the idea out is, yes, we can help in the physical, but we need to help in the spiritual.
Absolutely.
The people come in and they're very distraught, they're very anxious, and that can lead to many, many directions. So we try to be able to calm their fears and asking, what is it that we can do for their first most? So we try to meet the physical need. If not, we give them resources, but also we pray with them. We ask them, what can we do to pray with you to try to bring you some, while you're going through this difficult time, so that we can help you to transition and be able to upon this journey, and then be able to say, okay, let's give you some direction that you can go. Some options that are available.
Yeah.
And if we're always wanting to offer a Bible, if they don't have a Bible, we'll be more than glad to be able to provide them with that
now,
as well.
Do you guys purchase the Bibles, or are those provided by agencies? Like, how do you get the money? I'm just thinking outside of, like, okay, you have all these resources, and I know that the agencies are there to help provide, but
Sure.
I mean, an individual that, is blessed can go above and beyond, and possibly like Amazon, they're not very expensive. But
correct. We need bilingual Bibles, and we also need Bible. We actually had a lady come in that was from Germany, so that was interesting to be able to interpret on that one. But we don't. I mean, it's always interesting. But what we can do, the Bibles that we have are donated usually from either a Sunday school class, the mission board, and they'll ask us, well, how can we meet the need for you? And we give them a number, and we try to be able to get those out. And that might be them coming into the office, or when we go to a community event to where we can pass those Bibles out. We give them a little goodie bag about who we are, what we do, but also we want to meet the physical and the emotional and the spiritual needs. So if a client does come in and they're having difficulty, we'll sit down with them and talk to them in regards to what we can do to try to help them through the process. And the counseling that goes with that is either it may be a listening ear, or it may be something that we can provide for them for a financial stability class that they may be able to come.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
I think what's so incredible about your ministry, too, is that it's just a group of churches. It's non-denominational, just being the feet of Jesus.
Across the board. We have so many, and we're so very thankful. And this is the key. The main thing is they want to be able to offer hope, and they want to be able to help assistance in different ways. And the churches have stepped up and really met the need, but even individuals, we have individuals that are able to donate on a monthly basis that just blew my mind when I first came on board in January.
Yeah, I think people, what they get stuck in, well, I can't really do this because I don't have this background, or I don't really understand this, so I can't be there for that. And it's just a matter of being willing to, the hand can't say to the foot, I don't need you.
That is correct. So there's always something that we can find to do. We do have different times during the year where we may need someone to come in and help us with a project in the office, and that might be, fixing a chair, or it may be providing a small desk. And so we have had churches and different community projects, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, that can come in and say, hey, we'd love to be able to build a table. What's the measurements? What can we do to come in and be able to do that? So we're very excited about that. So we're not limited, and we don't discriminate however old you are when you want to come in and be able to volunteer.
They'll take you.
We are very appreciative, very, very grateful.
No, this is, like I said, this is something brand new to me. So, and also, like I said, with the D group, we're always looking for an opportunity to help reach the community in different ways. families. So this is something that has perked my ear. So I'm very, very thankful for it.
We're very excited about it, and we're very thankful for the opportunity to be able to come. It's young ladies like yourself and businesses that have been around for many years, and being able to give an opportunity to the community, because as the community grows, the need grows, and of course, more assistance is going to need to be needed.
Do you have and I know that we had said before with Instagram, do you have a Facebook page? Do you have a social media presence?
We do. We are working on updating our website. We have a gentleman who is working with us, who is very gracious to donate his time, and we're very grateful. And so he is working on our website and building that up. But also, our website is up and running. It would be River of Hope Clute. And when you go to there, you'll look and see all the updates of what we're doing, and hopefully for the things to come as we partner with many agencies.
You can just Google River of Hope.
So do you have some things that are coming that you can share? Is there, excuse me, or is there just something that y'all are working on specifically?
Well, we're continuing to work. As we know, we're in the fundraising right now for June, and that'll be through there. In the fall, we'll be offering some other opportunities for people to be able to volunteer, but also have additional fundraisers there that are in the works. And so that we're excited on that.
I think that's what she was talking about, was like, what events do we have to look forward to, or to be looking for, maybe that are collated with River of Hope.
So we're always looking for the opportunity to be able to expand on that. At this time, we're still looking at 2 to 3 different things that we're wanting to kind of fine tune before we make that public.
Okay. Well, I think I know some people, but I want to do a walk. Like I want to do a walk, but I want to do it when it's cooler.
I can tell this is a Texas girl, right?
Yeah, girl. No, I'm born and raised. There's mosquitoes in my blood. Like, it's just what it is. But where are you from originally?
Originally from Houston, Texas. My husband and I moved here about 2 years ago, and he retired from the education field and accepted a position here at Destiny Church as assistant pastor. Okay. And so he is on that board, as well as providing assistance through counseling, and he's a counselor by trade as well, or by vocation, and they the dean of the Bible college that they just started there.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
cool.
so that's local.
Cool. That is neat. Okay, well, I think I
think so. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
Well, I would like to share understand that we support the Brazosport area, and so that would be Clute, Lake Jackson, Oyster Creek, Surfside, Quintana Beach. We have the ability to serve Freeport area, but the key here is that if someone does come to us and reach out and they need assistance, we will give them resources. We don't just say, sorry, we don't service your area. We need to be able to provide what is needed, and if that means that we have to give them, we want to be able to serve the Brazoria County, but if not, then we'll reach out and be able to give what they need in order resources. We do have some people who come in that are on that have difficulty, and they have a very limited income, so they may be on disability or Social Security, and so we are able to give them opportunities to where they have the ability to go and maybe help them that are on a longer extended period of time than what we can do.
So what about Angleton, West Columbia, Brazoria?
We are not able to serve that area because of we have such a great need here. That doesn't mean that we're not willing to be able to expand those services. And we want to be, right now we only have the one location, but we are looking at the opportunity to be able to refer to either a organization or a church to reach out to us if they have a place in Jones Creek, if they have a place in Oyster Creek, Freeport, that they would like for us to come out and partner with, that we might be able to bring our services out there. We're more than willing to talk to them about that and be able to offer that service as well.
How long, I'm sorry, you probably said this at the beginning, but how long did you say that River of Hope has actually been functioning?
Since 2007. So it's been around a while. Yeah, for almost 15 years.
I've lived here my whole life and I've never heard of it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. A lot of times, when I first arrived here, I saw different things of River of Hope, and then when I finally reached into it, I realized, this is more towards the assistance with utilities and rent, but the ability to be able to understand who we are and what we provide is one of the things that we really want to work on moving forward in the next year, is awareness, who we are, and that if employers or church pastors, if they are needing someone that they know that needs assistance and they don't know about us, that's what we want to do, is be able to get the word out so that they can come to us and say, hey, this is a need and this is what we can do to try to help.
Or like even, I mean, I know campuses, they would have at certain restaurants, they would go to the restaurant and say, this was, Madge Griffith Elementary night at this particular restaurant.
Correct.
It's like, why can't we have a River of Hope night or something?
And that's something that we're wanting and that's something we're really wanting to look at in the future and be able to provide that. And we have had some people who have reached out to us and seeing if that's something, so that's on our agenda to be able to reach out and be able to make it a little bit more.
I think that's what's great about Carrie. I can see that she's really trying to get the word out about the ministry and who they are and who they service.
Well, it's like ladies like yourself, like American Realty, that's been able to give us an opportunity to give us a voice in the community, and that's what we're needing. And I'm willing to meet with anyone that can give us the opportunity. I'll talk about River of Hope all day long.
I mean,
she's a great coffee date.
Yeah, a great coffee date.
She really is.
So. We would love to be able to have the opportunity to be able to do that. The one thing that, if I can end on this note, is this: we need prayer so that we have the ability to be able to have the staff to meet the need, because right now it's all volunteers, okay? And we need to be able to increase that so that we can meet the need, because just within the last 2 days, I've had 30 people reach out for help in regards for either utility and or rent.
Wow. So. Okay, and that's, I mean, to me, that's just like, oh my gosh, you don't have to travel to Mexico to go help somebody. You have help here.
I always say, I was talking to a pastor this week, and he said, and when we got into our conversation, he said, we basically like to be able to meet the need locally and globally.
Right.
And so this is where we're at. We're locally, we need to be able to meet the need. And as we reach out to our community, to individuals and sponsors for businesses, then we're able to meet the need, but it's going to be greater as the summer approaches and as the end of the year approaches, as well as the economy decides to see what turn it's going to take on that.
So with that, if you are watching and you are a business owner, you are part of an agency, you are an individual that is looking for opportunity, you are a teen recently graduated from high school and you're looking for opportunity to volunteer, this is a place. This is the face, and this is the place.
Absolutely. And you can give us a call at 979-299-9464. You'll ask for Carrie Kitay. I'm the executive director. We would love to sit and visit with you and chat with you. And as I said, I'll even meet with you for coffee.
And I'll add the website just as a hyperlink in there if you're interested in looking into it some more. But this is River of Hope.
This is Carrie Kitay.
Yes. And this is American Realty Podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch us, and we will be talking with you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
God bless you.